This is 8-3 solving right triangles. The first thing we need to be able to do is know how to use our calculator to find inverse of the trig function. So inverse cosine of 0.5 is example A. And so for some calculators, you have to type 0.5 first and then inverse cosine, which is usually second or shift cosine. And other calculators, you type second or inverse or shift cosine and then 0.5. So try it out and make sure your calculator gives you these answers. Remember that our calculators must be in degrees, not radians. Okay, so in this problem to solve right triangles, I wrote out every side and every angle measurement I needed to find. We already had two sides and one of the angles, so we're halfway correct. And I used inverse trig functions, like in this case inverse tangent, to find an angle measurement. So if you're missing the angle, you have to use the inverse or second tangent or possibly second cosine, second sine, etc. to find the missing angle. And then for the missing side measurement, you can either use Pythagorean theorem, since we were given two sides, or you can use trigonometry there as well. For a coordinate grid, we want to first graph our points, and then we want to find, write all the missing measurements out, everything that we're going to have to find, every side length, every angle. And from there, we can just count for J, K, and KL. We can count the length of those segments. So for instance, J, if we start here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And K to L is 4 units. And we use Pythagorean theorem to find JL. It's shown below here. We got 6.4. We could also use trig functions to find JL if we waited and found an angle first. But you guys decided on Pythagorean theorem, so that's fine. And now to find the measure of angle J, since we're missing the angle, we're going to need an inverse trig function. You could pick whichever trig function you want because we have hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent, it doesn't matter. So we just decided on tangent, and opposite over adjacent was 4/5. And so now in your calculator, you want to calculate the measure of angle J.